This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Harley Race.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
This is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marotti here at MWF Studios just north of Boston in Melrose, Massachusetts. John Cena Sr. is on assignment this summer. In this edition, let's check out the August 3rd, 2015 edition of WWE Monday Night Raw from San Jose, California. Fans, keep in mind that you are our tag team partners in keeping Boston Wrestling rolling and continuing to bring you a wide variety of free, great online content with our action-packed Millennium Wrestling Federation live events featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Time for Talking is done as our Support Indie Wrestling, WrestleThon, Indiegogo campaign, and Mega Raffle are both online now through Monday night, August the 24th. You can win huge prizes and rewards while helping us produce our next MWF live event, as well as finishing our Tony Atlas Studio Shoot Interview documentary DVD. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that, folks. We're not looking for a handout. We've got some big-time perks for wrestling fans generous enough to help with our costs, giving you a chance to be the booker or be the promoter, to say the very least. Boston Wrestling is a giant umbrella of live event and media platform presentations to fans across the globe to be able to enjoy them at no costs. And our MWF Live Wrestling events are ready to heat up the northern part of the U.S. all over again. If you're seeing this video after our summer 2015 cutoff dates, remember, you can still help with the donation at any time using PayPal with the bw@bostonwrestling.com email address to help with our continued productions in 2016 and beyond. WWE Network is heating up in August with SummerSlam August the 23rd. In Brooklyn, New York, The Undertaker faces Brock Lesnar for the first time since the streak ended at WrestleMania 30. If you're a new subscriber that hasn't taken advantage of your free WWE Network month yet, use the links below and start enjoying WWE tonight. You can also help us out by doing your shopping on Amazon.com and WWEshop.com using our links below. No matter what you buy, even non-wrestling items over on Amazon, we get a small kickback for leading you their way, and it does not increase your purchase total 1 cent. It's a great way to help us out while you do your regular shopping, and it allows us to bring you even more great content. We'd also be happy if you joined us by subscribing for free to our YouTube channel. Starting to close in on 800 free videos for your viewing pleasure. If you enjoy what you see, share it with friends, and click the like button on YouTube so it'll showcase our giant library to more and more professional wrestling fans. Raw started with a tribute to the late Roddy Piper, and I have to say I was a little disappointed in this. I was hoping for much more for a legend that defined what WWE was during the popularity explosion in the mid-1980s. It wasn't a bad music video by any stretch of the means. I just feel like Piper deserves a little bit more than, even some of the other top guys that have passed away in recent years, such as a Dusty Rhodes, an Ultimate Warrior. Roddy Piper defined what WWE was at the time when everything was on the line for the organization. You go back to the mid-1980s before WWF became the worldwide phenomenon that it is now, and the company was banking on everything that Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper delivered. I'll stand by that statement, and I'm willing to respectfully debate it with just about anyone. After the open to the show, we had yet another opening promo from Seth Rollins, who seems to open each and every WWE television program with a promo. Why make it so predictable with such little material? I think Rollins, he's a great athlete. He can deliver on the mic. He's not a bad promo by any stretch of the means, but he doesn't have to open each and every TV show with a promo. Every show doesn't need to open with a promo from anyone. Love to see Raw become a little bit more unpredictable again instead of having the same safe format each and every week, and I feel that's what it's become, at least in the summer of 2015. Following a commercial break, Seth Rollins was ready for a WWE World Championship Open challenge, only it was open to anyone under 6 feet and less than 200 pounds. The tease was that it was going to be El Torito, but it wound up being Neville, and these two went balls to the wall for a must-see championship match. If you missed Raw, try and catch a replay over the weekend on the HD channel, or I'm sure they're going to put it on YouTube. It was an outstanding matchup. Rollins is really stepping it up as the champion. beyond the usual pay-per-view type main event opponents he has, such as Cena, Ambrose, Orton, etc. He's having excellent matches of late with guys like Ryback, Cesaro, now Neville, taking guys that you might consider mid-carders and really making them shine, something phenomenal. That's what gets a heel champion hot. They have a variety of challenges chasing you until the ultimate comeuppance comes and you see the new WWE World Champion. I don't know if that'll come at SummerSlam, but when the time does come, it could be very unpredictable. That's why I think JBL was such a successful champion back in 2004 into 2005. He wasn't the greatest draw by any stretch of the means, but it was always a wild card as to who is the guy that's going to beat JBL, because there were so many guys that looked like they could beat JBL, and that's what makes for an interesting heel champion. Look at how successful Honky Tonk Man was as an Intercontinental Champion. He wasn't a bad-ass tough guy. He wasn't an outstanding technical wrestler. He was a guy that just seemed to luck out with a slip on the banana peel, and it made for a very interesting title run that drew fans to the arena, because everybody wanted to see the babyface beat up Honky Tonk Man, and everybody wanted to see Honky Tonk Man lose the Intercontinental Championship. That is something you can relive on WWE Network. Neville was oh so close to winning the gold here on Raw after a red arrow, but Rollins' foot wound up on the ropes. Referee stopped the 3 count after the 2. Neville delayed, and then he went for a second red arrow. This time Rollins moved out of the way, and he hit the pedigree for a win. If we see a better match on TV this week, it's going to be a great week for pro wrestling. In a rematch from SmackDown, the New Day and the Ascension teamed up to defeat Lucha Dragons and Los Matadores in 8-man action. Kofi Kingston hit the Trouble in Paradise on Kalisto when he was up on the top rope for the win. He had the WWE Tag Team Champion Primetime Players on commentary. You're going to wonder if one of the two might be injured, because all they've done is sit around on the commentary table of late. Charlotte and Becky Lynch defeated the force-fed Bellas. The Diva Revolution is deflated, fans. It's one man's opinion, but I'm sticking with it. All of the momentum the new girls had from NXT is vanishing into thin air for whatever creative reasons, and I'm disappointed. It's like whoever is putting together the Raw and SmackDown shows never bothered to see what made these girls so exciting, so fresh, so unique on NXT each and every Wednesday night on the WWE Network. Not to say that it can't rebound, but I'd really like to see a strong women's division on the main roster, at least a stronger women's division that's more respectable and isn't going to make fans tune out or at the live events go to the bathroom. Both of the Bellas were putrid in this one. The Miz gave Roddy Piper a nice tribute before this week's Miz TV. Roddy Piper certainly deserved it, as he was the guy behind these interview-type segments. Miz had both Kevin Owens and Cesaro on as guests this week, planting a seed for a SummerSlam matchup. Owens said that he'd fight Cesaro when he wanted to, and for the right amount of cash. I like that. That is a true heel move. That's not playing the cool heel. Rusev defeated Mark Henry with a thrust kick in a battle of the big men. King Barrett victorious over Zack Ryder in a squash matchup of sorts. Paul Heyman cut a hell of a promo on The Undertaker, calling him a submissive bitch when it comes to Brock Lesnar, saying Undertaker called Brock Lesnar for a rematch for WrestleMania 31 this year. He got turned down, and now on August 23rd at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, it's going to be the match too big for WrestleMania. I love the hype for this one. It's a match that I want to see. I think fans are going to go through the roof for this as far as network subscriptions go, if they haven't taken advantage of the free month yet. It's going to be a great month for WWE, again, in this pundit's opinion. Paige defeated Naomi in a fine women's matchup. It was a little long. Again, that's one man's opinion. 2 Divas matches on this show. I'd like to see one good one. How about that? Stephen Amell comes to Raw next week. He's a superhero on the Arrow TV show, I believe. He's been teasing an angle with Stardust for some time. I guess this is the angle that's kept Cody Rhodes as Stardust since Dusty Rhodes passed, when the fans certainly don't want to see it. I don't understand presenting something that the fans adamantly do not want to see. It's confusing to me, but we'll see if there's a payoff for it next week on Raw from Washington, or if the payoff comes at SummerSlam. But I could see the fans in Brooklyn, New York turning on the comic book match really quick. We had a tribute to Roddy Piper teased after a commercial break, but it was the same music video that played at the beginning of the show. Roddy Piper didn't deserve 2 music videos? Come on now. In the main event, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose teamed up to defeat Sheamus, Bray Wyatt, and Luke Harper in a 6-man tag team matchup. Outstanding main event, action-packed. You have to figure that this match will breed at least 2 singles matches at SummerSlam. The finish saw Sheamus miss a bro kick on Randy Orton, only to get speared by Roman Reigns. Reigns was a beast when he got the hot tag. That is when Roman Reigns is at his best. Small, short samples of explosive execution. Really liked Reigns in this one. Randy Orton's been back a month or so, and it still feels like he needs to develop into a bigger story than another program with Sheamus. Regardless, this match really delivered. It was a true main event. It went about 25 minutes or so before going into the Stone Cold podcast on WWE Network. Kudos to WWE. I could say I was a little disappointed about how much or how little was done for Roddy Piper, but this felt like a fresh show. Felt like it was something different. You had guys like Mark Henry, Zack Ryder around. You had an excellent promo from Paul Heyman. You had Rollins defending against someone out of the ordinary, such as Neville on Raw. You had a great six-man tag main event. Really good show. It didn't stall out. It didn't die. There wasn't anything really bad that stood out this week. I mean, I'm not the professor that's going to sit around and give it a letter grade, but, it was up there in the A's. It was a really good show. Makes you want to see SummerSlam. Covered John Cena's absence very well. You had all the main players in one match, which gave other guys and girls throughout the show a chance to have the Monday Night Raw USA Network television platform. That's what it's all about, fans. A good Monday Night Raw with good wrestling from top to bottom. Wasn't perfect, but no show is going to be perfect, especially a 3-hour show that leaves much more room for error than a traditional, or what was a traditional Monday night 2-hour wrestling show. I've said it many times over the past few months. If some of these Raws that were excellent could have been formatted into a 2-hour show, you're talking about attitude era quality. Again, one man's opinion, but that is mine. Running out of time here, folks. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section below. Don't forget that our Support Indie Wrestling Indiegogo campaign and Mega Raffle are ongoing through Monday night, August the 24th. It's your chance to win thousands of dollars in great wrestling prizes and great perks for your wrestling collection. Head on over to the BostonWrestling.com super site. Get all the information about this. Get some raffle tickets. Head on over to the Indiegogo campaign. Share with some friends and fellow wrestling fans. We want to bring you some action-packed live events. You're going to love what we have in store for you in late 2015, headed into 2016. Running out of time here, folks. Until we speak again, I hope you and yours continue to enjoy the summer. Be safe. Be well.